ready?
We're ready.
Yes, sir.
Call to order this regularly scheduled meeting of the Kildare Hills Board of Commissioners. If you would please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And as is our custom, would you please join me for a moment of silence? Thank you so much. Not the bustling crowd of last.
Move we approve the agenda as presented.
That is a great motion. There's a motion on the floor and a second from my right. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We have an agenda. Now, everyone stay in orderly fashion for public comment.
And
Just
if
line
I
up one at a
could,
time.
can I say how
Yes.
disappointed I am in you?
Oh, what's that?
You didn't tell us that lavender was an option for clothing tonight.
Lavender. Oh, we could have all got on the theme.
Oh, man.
Look at us, go.
Three of them there.
We didn't know.
I hated to do it, but I just had to. I couldn't resist.
That charity golf tournament.
There it
Got
is.
this sucker
There you go.
free.
Good job.
We didn't get the memo.
Free?
I did, that's what I won.
Oh,
Well,
I see the K
the
now.
Kiwanis, well, I mean, I won the gift,
Yeah, I
pass
know.
to the pro shop, so.
I'm sorry, tell us more about how you won it.
Oh, so you went to a golf tournament and won the
Did a
shirt.
great job.
It
I-
was it was for charity, Michael.
I thought-
Well, I apologize. I just couldn't resist.
No worries.
Caddyshack forever. There you go.
That's right.
We interrupt this program for our public comment.
No one signed up.
No one has signed up. I don't see anyone pushing for the podium.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Going once, going twice. All right, I will close public comment. So we do not need to respond to public comment. Any ongoing business that I'm
No,
not
sir.
aware of? We will jump right into new business. Of course, the big item tonight is the town manager's recommended budget for fiscal year 23-24. How should we proceed? Terry, you had made some comments to me.
I did. I want to say something about the speed boxes, but I won't. You know, I still am not a fan of those. I think it's a lot of money for something that's maybe not going to do it. I think the school is that there's going to be people that are going to see them and slow down. And I think there's going to be people say, how fast can I go? So to the effectiveness of them, I don't know. So, but anyhow, that's enough said on that. But what I do want to say is this. I've been looking at some things and, you know, the CPI for food is running about 6.7. And also there has been a increase in healthcare cost at about 5.5% for the employees. And guys, I'm just going to tell you flat out, I think that we need to do everything that we can do to be fair and, you know, help the employees as best we can because they do a great job. We don't have an overabundance of staff. And they're really putting out a lot of work. You know, you've heard me say, and I know y'all see it too, police department answering more calls and not an increase of personnel. Fire department, same thing. You know, they just got one of 20 in the state of North Carolina on the award. I mean, we've got just excellent employees. I want to plead with you guys to do a 7% COLA. I think it's justifiable with the CPI numbers that I mentioned and the healthcare cost increase, and I think it's something we can do, and I think it's a big step to saying, guys, we appreciate you.
And we had talked as well about just sort of the broader idea of staying competitive. I think in business, it's
Yes,
widely
yes.
understood that it's more cost effective to retain great
Yes.
employees than it is to train or, recruit and hire, and train new folks.
Yes.
It's a competitive marketplace for labor in general, and that extends to all the jobs that, the town employs folks to do.
The information that I have is that it would cost about $60,000 to do that. I think that's something we can fund out of the fund balance. Would that work, Debbie?
Yes, sir.
And so that's my biggie. I think it's fair, I think it's justifiable, and I think they deserve it.
I'll chime in. I'm in support of 7% for a lot of the reasons you just stated. The big one to me is, they don't deliver a pretty high level of service consistently for years, where the demands rise and rise and rise. The calls go up and up and up. But, Killdale Hills answers the call. I think 7% is well earned, and it's a smart investment.
2 more to weigh in?
Yeah, I completely agree. And a year ago, when we visited this, I was all for it, and still am. And I think another piece to our housing puzzle is higher wages. And I think I'd like
Good
for us to
point.
be the example of that.
Good
And I
point,
think
good
that's,
point.
Same thing?
I defer to the rest of the board. I mean, I think I obviously know what you're saying and agree with everybody's, breakdown of what we have here in Killdale Hills, our resources, our employees. So, between 6 and 6.5 and 7, obviously those are, that's money. But I mean, Mr. Gray made his point to me earlier, and I concede to that.
Right, I think Terry's lead in with, you don't always get everything that you want, vis-a-vis the signs. We all have our pet things that we care about even more. We care about all the things, but, I'd like to see a little more in the sprucing up of the beach accesses and things like that. I think capital improvements is a place that we have room to work as well, and I know that the capital needs of all the departments are also very significant, and they're all in the budget. So, yeah, I'm on board with that, and I think as we go through the year, we always have. I know we have a very good track record of being cautious and conservative about estimates when it comes to what's really going to come in the door. It's hard to say what exactly that's going to be. So if our revenues exceed our expectations, hopefully we can look at some of those other priorities that we might have held off on. But yeah, I'm on board for the budget as Terry is suggesting we amend it. Any other items you'd like to talk about with the budget?
I'd be ready to make a motion if there's no other items people want to bring up. I would move that we approve the town manager's budget with the COLA amendment to 7%.
All righty. We have a motion on the floor.
Second that motion.
Got a second from my right as well. Any further discussion on the, yes?
Would you amend that, Commissioner Gray, to also include the consolidated fee schedule?
Yes, ma'am.
Fiscal year 20,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
The budget with the fee schedule, consolidated fee schedule, as attached in new business 1.
Thank you.
I second that amended motion.
All right, amended motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? We have a budget.
Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you
look
for all your
forward
hard
to
work.
carrying out your budget, and on behalf of the staff, thank you all for the increase in COLA.
Thank you for all the hard work on the budget and for everything you do throughout the year. We really appreciate it.
Good job.
We made it through that.
Yeah.
Alrighty, new item, a new business item number 2 is appointments. We've got a couple of items there with the Board of Adjustment alternate member and the Community Appearance Commission. If you've seen in your packet, we have that alternate member for the Board of Adjustment is Natalie Painter's current term as the alternate will expire July 2023. She's expressed desire for reappointment. So if we're in favor of that, a motion is in order.
Mayor, I'll make a motion that we reappoint Natalie Painter as an alternate member of the Board of Adjustment.
Second?
We got a motion and a double second.
Yep.
All right, sorry, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye. And any opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you for your service, Natalie. She's often following these meetings. Community Appearance Commission, we've got 2 resignations of Martin Dalton and Bombos. Those expire in November and October respectively and are available for appointment. Thoughts?
Mayor, if you would, I'd like to table these appointments this meeting and give a chance for me to talk to Sue Kelly, maybe the rest of CAC members, get their inputs.
Okay.
We can
We
look
got
at
some
the
time.
application, so we got a little bit of time, but, you know, it's nice to circle the wagons and get, you know, give everybody a chance to weigh in.
All right, you never know who else might
Sounds good.
apply over the summer.
It'd be appropriate to make a motion to table.
Oh, but I'll make that motion that we, table the, appointments to the Community Appearance Commission.
Do you,
Second that
excuse me, do you have a date to table? Would you like for us to bring it back next month or maybe in the fall?
Fall.
Thank you.
All right, so we have a motion to table
I second that
and a
motion.
second over here, yes. All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, nay. Motion carries. All right. Next item is committee reports. Anything down here?
Nothing here, Mayor.
Nothing from me.
Nothing here.
Right, as we enter into summer, where we're all very busy, gotta keep the committee meetings to a minimum. Next item is Commissioner's Agenda. We're gonna start down with you, Terry.
Nothing other than the fact of the letter that you had forwarded to me for the grant opportunities.
Yes.
I have forwarded that to Cameron Ray, who handles pretty much all of the, or most of the grants and so forth that we experience, and he's gonna research that, and I'll reach back to James and let him know. Other than that, nothing there.
All right, super.
For me, just excited about the 4th of July and thankful for all the police and fire that work it
Yes.
and have to work it. You know, while we enjoy it, and it's such a great time of the day. So everybody stay safe and have a great one.
Yeah, appreciate staff making me look good with a nice opening remarks that I'll give before we get live on the video.
Super.
Always makes me nervous getting on camera for some reason. Any other commissioners' reports? Oh, I already went this way, did I? I turned myself around.
I'm good.
Good, all right. I feel like there was something that I was supposed to say here and I can't find it. Oh, we know we got,
Closed session.
what's that? Oh, we got closed session, that's what it is. I have misplaced the note about it. There you go, thanks. So, at our May 24th meeting, the board scheduled time in this meeting for a performance evaluation of the town manager. In order to complete this, the board will need to enter into closed session. I recommend pursuant NCGS 143.318.11A6. The Board of Commissioners enter into closed session to consider the qualification, competence, performance, character, fitness, condition of appointment, or conditions of initial appointment of an individual public officer or employee, and that is my motion. Looking for a second.
Second.
We've got a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? We're gonna go into closed session for a moment. Thank you, guys. All right. We are back in open session. I'd like to report that during closed session, the Board of Commissioners conducted a performance appraisal of the town manager and that Ms. Diaz and Ms. Diaz has been authorized to implement the terms of the evaluation. All right. That, let's see, brings us back to the town manager's agenda.
No, sir, not this evening, and the town attorney didn't have anything either.
All right, so nothing from the town attorney, and then we'll get into the consent agenda.
Yes, sir. First item on the consent agenda, the minutes from June 14th, 2023. We have 3 budget amendments. The first one is for fleet maintenance inventory. Second's fleet maintenance repairs for the street department. And lastly, to record revenues and associated expenditures for leases in accordance with the new leasing standard of Gadsby 87. I had forwarded some information to you on number 3. This is the grant that Derek Dale, our Assistant Public Works Director, was able to get some additional monies for. And we're going to use this to do some stream flow, stormwater management improvements, probably in the Bickett Street area. It's $51,788,000. The consent agenda will accept the grant. We'll authorize the manager to execute any contracts related to the project, including a modification to the town's existing contract with the North Carolina Department of Agriculture for the debris removal, and approve any necessary budget amendments to appropriate and record the necessary grant funds. Staff recommends approval of the consent agenda as presented, and a motion will be in order.
So moved.
Thank you.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the consent agenda as presented. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. We have a consent agenda.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is our second opportunity for public comment for our big crowd of the public that is here. If anyone would like to go up and speak, now is your chance. Going once, going twice. I will now close public comment, and I guess we don't need any response to public comment, so we really are down to one more motion.
Move
Right.
to adjourn.
Second
And
that.
I have a second over here. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Awesome.